What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Hustle and Heart Podcast. Today I got Tori with me.
Hello, everyone. I am Toria Johnson. I am the CEO of Catch These Hands Med and Body Spa.
I love to hear it. Appreciate you coming through. Today we're going to be talking about the challenges that she has when it comes to working a 9-to-5 and also owning a business. Questions like, do you have time for yourself? Do you have time for your kids? Are you able to go work out? Are you able to actually do what you want to do with your business while working a 9-to-5? So, what type of challenges are you running into these days?
Well, I'm finding out that I do put a lot on my plate. Like you said, with working a 9-to-5 and trying to have my own personal life, like working out, going to the gym. I do find time to do that. I go to the gym at 3 a.m. because I have to be at work at 6 a.m. And then after I do get off work, I have to pick my kids up, make sure they're good after school, make sure that's good, and then head right to my business. So it is a lot. On top of that, I done picked up an extra gig massaging after I get off that, just on Fridays though. So what I'm finding out for me is I don't have time to actually think. I don't have time to be like, okay, with my business, what's next? What should I add? What sales should I do? Or how should I promote this? I don't have time for that because I'm constantly on go mode. I don't have any help for us, a support system for my business, nor like I do for my kids. But for my business, I do not have like a support system like, hey, I'm going to give you to do this.
Right.
I don't have that marketing that I should have. So that is making me not grow as much as I would like to.
Okay. So when it comes to growing, like there are a few things that I feel like a lot of people that don't necessarily understand until they make that move. Growing can be marketing. It could be you hiring somebody. It can be you leaving your 9-to-5 to actually do, your business full time. Growing, it just depending on you and your business. Now, when it comes to growing in my business, I feel like something that I did was took that step, even though it was kind of scary. I took that step. I said, look, I think it's time. I think it's time for me to actually step into the real world of being an entrepreneur. And it worked out. But now I want to transition into being, not a small business, not just an entrepreneur, but a CEO of a company.
Wow.
So
okay, that's
big
business.
So I think for you, it's just like, I had trouble, and I feel like this would honestly help you. This advice is like create you a calendar, create you a schedule. So Sundays may be just your off day. Mondays may be your relaxed day where you do stuff for you. Mondays, Tuesdays through Friday maybe could be your work days, and then Saturdays can be just a fun day. Like being able to be organized and have that certain like set schedule almost helped me when it was like I was working 9-to-5. I was doing this, I was doing that. I'm trying to get money. I'm trying to market. I got my hands on all the hats.
Okay, yeah.
And now at this point, I'm like, all right, I can relax. I can start a podcast. I can work. I can do this. I can make money.
Yes, and I wanted to ask you. I know you want to ask the question.
Yeah.
So when did you start like making your calendar? Did you start making your calendar when you had a busy schedule doing all this? You said, hold on, let me make a calendar. Or did you just start just now and it started to flow for you?
So it's really been, it started actually probably like 2 months ago. So I've always been organized. So when it comes to like files and putting up, like my clients' photos, their videos, I got SSDs, I got hard drives. I've always been organized, but there's one thing that's always been on my mind, which is money. And everybody needs money.
Yeah.
You need a living, right? You got to eat. You got to
Yeah.
do this. You got to do that. So I was just accepting jobs here. I was accepting jobs there. And one thing that I learned is that it's okay to say no to some jobs. And the reason why that is because I wasn't mentally stable. I wasn't physically stable. I was losing muscle. I wasn't in the gym. I wasn't doing anything for me. The only thing I was doing was really just trying to make more money. And I'm like, money come and go. Your time, you can't get that back.
No, you can't.
It goes and it's over. After that, this minute then went by, you can't get the money that 1 minute back. You know, when it comes to money, you can always go find another client.
Yeah.
You can always do this. You can always do that. So it's like, in my personal experience of being an entrepreneur, I never really thought about it that way until I got into my 7th or 8th year of being in business.
Really?
I've always wanted to make more and make more and make more and make more. Ever since then, it was just like, okay, I'm happy, but now that I'm making 6 figures, I'm making over $100,000 a year. Okay, I got here. Now what? But now, you know, I lost 10 pounds, or I'm not eating right, or I'm not fixing myself food. I'm not doing things that I really want to do. I'm not trying to open up another business because this business is already flourishing. It's already going. Like it got to the point where it was just so hard on me, and I was like, you know what? I got to take time for myself. So I started saying no.
Okay. Well, I'm finding now that with me, I'm trying to figure out what can make me stand out as a business owner with what I'm doing with lymphatic massaging. You know, I'm finding out it's other people that do it. What can I do differently to make people want to come to me, and not just my character, because that's one of the biggest things. People want to come to you off of you, who you are. And that's what I found out with my clients. They like who I am and want to stick with me. But the thing is, how can I get those clients to find me? You see what I'm saying? So that is my hardest thing right now, is it's marketing basically. Yeah. How do I get these clients to find me?
So first things first is any advice that I would ever give to somebody when it comes to marketing is, clients love you for you. Yes, that is correct. But clients also pay for the experience. And I'm going to follow up with that. When clients are paying for the experience, they are not necessarily paying for the service. They are coming in to greet you and understand you. But one thing that people don't understand that they have to do is, once they have that client in their presence and that experience is good, you got to document that. The reason why I say that is because a lot of people go based off of how somebody else is feeling. So let's say if I was your client and I came to you and I'm like, you know, my back hurt and my arms hurt, my shoulders hurt, and I just got done working out. And I walked in, the experience is nice. You got candles lit, you got the wine ready, you got it smelling good, right? And just think that there are so many other people in this world that does massages, that do, you know, similar things that you do, right? But then when I walk in, I like a clean place. I like it smelling good. And maybe if you got some fragrances smoking in the air with the, you know, some wine going.
Which I do.
Okay, I love it. And now you are creating this experience for people that are like, wow, this was really nice. Even though I could have went to somebody else that probably could have did the same thing, but this experience is nice. But then that third step after you get the client. Second step is after you show them the experience. Third step is what? Record the process. I'm not saying record everything, but what's going to happen is, after every session, pull out your phone, put it in their face. How was your experience? Oh my God, this experience was amazing. I really loved it. Thank you, Tori. Next thing you know, what they going to do? They going to share that on their Instagram, and guess who else is going to come? If they got 10,000 followers, guess who's going to see it? Them 10,000 followers. They got 20,000, guess who's going to see it? Them 20,000 followers.
Right.
So now you got people that is giving you feedback, and now other people are saying like, wow, like this service was amazing. Okay, who can I go to? Next thing you know, they calling you.
Okay, yeah.
Who can I do this? They calling you. Who? You're right. So it's what's the word? It's simple, but it's also like complex, because some people don't know how to record or document the service.
Hello, that's me.
It was.
You talking about me? Hello, that's me. So with me, and I know this has to change, because with today's society, this is what everybody is doing. But I'm so like rooted into who I am, I'm like, oh, I don't want to be that. You know what I mean? But it's like I have to be that. I don't want a client to feel like every time they come to me, I got to put this camera in their face or I got
Mm-hmm.
to show what I'm doing. You so I don't want somebody to feel like, oh my God, I'm about to go to her. I like the experience,
Mm-hmm.
but is she gonna pull the camera out? And some people don't want to show that. Some people do. It's some clients that be like, oh, I want to promote you. And there's some
Mm-hmm.
clients you could tell that they do not.
Right.
They don't even have to tell me. I can just tell they do not want to be on camera. They do not want to see.
Yeah.
They just want to come for their service.
Yeah.
So I don't want to make a person feel uncomfortable like, oh, is she going to pull the camera out? She going to
Mm-hmm.
ask? Because a lot of people, clients don't like to tell you no. Even though
Yeah.
they may feel uncomfortable, they don't like telling you no. And I don't want to run a perfectly good client off
Mm-hmm.
because they didn't tell me no. They
Right.
didn't know how to tell me no,
Mm-hmm.
or they didn't want me to feel away.
Right.
So that's my thing with that. It's kind of hard.
It is. It is. And things have changed since 10 years ago was, word of mouth, and it still is word of mouth.
Yeah.
20 years ago was newspapers,
Yeah.
and TV ads. But nowadays, everything is literally digital and everything is on social media. And in order for you to really
Be successful.
be successful, now there are other ways to be successful. Word of mouth is the most powerful thing that probably any business could ever achieve when it comes to their clients. Hey, go to them. Hey, go to them. Hey, my experience was so good. This, and this. But it's also, people get up in the morning and what they doing? Scrolling. People at work, what they doing? Scrolling. People in the bed at night, scrolling.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like these phones nowadays is like the key to success almost.
It is.
And you just really never know who gonna see your page. But unless if you are out there handing out flyers, you doing this, you doing that, you outside marketing at different networking events, you doing this, you doing this, you doing this, but if you working your 9 to 5, you got clients, you taking care of your kids, you going to the gym, you got another gig now, you're not able to get to those networking events.
Let's talk about that. Yes, I'm not able to because it's like, once again, that time my day, about 7 o'clock, my day is up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting home about 8 o'clock. Hey, it's time for bath and bed, or to make sure the kids good with school, homework, whatever. What's going on with them, because I gotta do my mom duty. So by the time I wind down, I'm not thinking about, oh well, let me do it. I gotta get some rest, because guess what? I gotta get up for gym I gotta get up for the gym at 3 a.m. So that's the first thing on my mind. Like, I gotta have some rest because I can't go in the gym tired.
Yeah.
You feel me? So then the next thing, okay, I go to the gym. It's back to the same process, working that, and now another day goes by, and I haven't got anything, no strategy about how I'm gonna make this happen with my business. So that's where now I'm trying to get there. This is where I'm at now. So it's like, okay, I need to take a break. I need to take a me break.
Yeah. Just listening to you, two things. Yes, that break for sure. And the second thing is you may need to pivot. When I say pivot, that means you need to step into your new life when it comes to the work-life balance.
You ain't hear what I said. So when I say break, when I said I need to take a break, the break is the pivot. So me too, I'm already there. But in order to make it happen, I have to step away from this for a second before I can make it a go. You see what I'm saying? I gotta be like, okay, this pivot, this next thing I'm doing, which I'm not gonna discuss.
Nah, I feel it. Okay.
But this next thing I'm doing, I need to step back from the gym, just for a couple days, before I can write everything down and do everything the correct way. For everything, when I do step all the way in it, it's gonna run, it's gonna take off. You see what I'm saying? So it's happening for me as we speak right now. Like I said, it's not even me. God is saying it's go time. You know what I mean? God is saying, hey, it's time. And I'm listening. You see what I'm saying? I'm listening and I'm ready to take on this new step. I'm a little nervous. But the thing is, if you're not nervous about it,
Yeah.
it's probably not the right move. Like if it don't make you feel away, like the butterflies in your stomach, like, oh my God, I'm about to do this. It may not be the biggest step for you. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready for this new journey I'm about to take on.
Mm.
You know?
So that break is definitely gonna be one of those breaks. Like,
Yeah. I just need a couple days, to get everything um in order for my business. And I'm ready to, take it on in a different way than I've been taking it on. Because I've been in business for 4 years now.
mm-hmm.
And I've been working full time
Right.
the whole 4 years. So it's like, is this what I want to do? Do I want to make my business part time and make somebody else's business full time? You know what I mean? Because that's what I've been doing for 4 years. No, I want to make my business full time. What I created, I see it now as being
Mm-hmm.
full time. At first, I didn't see it as being a
Yeah.
full time business because I was nervous.
Right.
I didn't feel I was capable.
Right.
But now that I've been in it this long, I'm like, if I can maintain a business for 4 years, what make me think that I can't take it on fully? And so, my peers around me, I know they're watching me. My
Mm-hmm.
kids are watching me. I have to show that this can be done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have to show like it's gonna be fearful. It's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be scary, but they have to see somebody do it because that was my problem. I didn't never seen it growing up. I never seen an entrepreneur around me. So that's why at my age, in my 40s, like I'm just now getting to where I'm at because I didn't see it growing up. I seen everybody working hard, being workers. So that's all I knew. So that's what I did.
Yeah, you are preaching to the choir. Because honestly, like when it comes to growing up and being around who you are around, like that really is a sight for your future.
Yeah.
Because it's like unless you really make that change or unless you really make that move to realize, you know what, I want to do something different than what I seen growing up.
Mm-hmm.
You just do what either your mom, dad,
Mm-hmm.
cousins, aunts, uncles, whatever you see them doing, like I want to
Yeah,
do it.
that's
wanna
what I
do it.
was doing. But I like y'all generation. Like
Mhm.
y'all, your generation inspired me. And most older people, I'm not gonna say I'm that old. I'm not that old. But I'm in my 40s, so
You young. You
y'all,
young.
I'm young still, but I'm just a little bit older. I'm just a little bit. But to look at y'all and how y'all move now in y'all 20s, I don't see too many having kids so soon. My generation, like my friends was they're grandparents now. You know what I mean? They're grandparents. They were having kids in high school or right after high school. Now I see this younger generation, they're more about business and money and financial wealth. You know what I mean? And I love that. And that's why I don't have a problem with talking to the younger generation. I don't feel like, oh, I'm older, I know more than them. No, technology today, we don't know all this. You know what I mean? With podcasting and how to do certain things on the phone. You always got to go to somebody younger. And like, well, how you do this?
How you did?
So I like talking to the younger generation because they teach me so much on how to do this or how to go about this. Or y'all may have way more followers than me. So if you promote my business, hey, that's going to give me so much more followers. So I don't have a problem. I like what y'all doing, what y'all about y'all business, and y'all really is setting the bar for us. You know what I mean? Like, okay, look at them.
I love it.
I love it. I love
it.
what
I
I
love
see
it.
right now with y'all. So I'm just saying I'm proud of y'all.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And I think that everybody got their own hustle though. Like everybody got their own way to like learn how to grind.
Yeah.
But I like it's really about staying with the times.
Yeah.
Like that's mainly what it is. Like when it comes to like cell phones, like the newest cell phone may look just as good as a $3,000 camera when it comes to like taking pictures with a cell phone. Marketing, it comes with like social media. Now, excuse me, you can still have the same old marketing techniques when it comes to passing out flyers, word of mouth, doing this or doing that. But nowadays, it's my thing is get you clients and put them on retainers. That's what most people that I know are doing.
Okay.
And when it comes to like that aspect of the business, is really what keep you sane. Only because when you're an entrepreneur, you got to go get it.
Yeah, definitely do.
You really have to. It's not I need to call off or I need to do this or I need to figure out what's my next move. You got to be able to go out there and market. You got to be able to handle your finances. You got to be able to handle angry clients if you got angry clients. Like it's just so much that you got to handle when it comes to being an entrepreneur. But typically, that's why I told myself I made a goal. I said I wanted to make so much money in a month. I only want to work with so many clients. And I told myself, look, this is going to stop me from going back to a 9 to 5.
Okay.
Because I need consistent money.
I hear you.
I don't want to get up every morning and go and find out like, boom, this client that canceled, that client that canceled. Look, I can offer you this service, videography, photography, flyers, graphic designs, marketing, whatever it is, because now we are a production and it will cost this much a month. Now, if you can afford it, okay. If you cannot, okay.
I got a question.
Okay.
Does any of that scare you when you first jumped in and you wrote that down, like, this is what I want to make, and you went out there and did anything come in your mind and said something like, what if this don't work? Because this is average people and how they think and why they don't go full throttle with their business or with their ideas, because it's always a thought in back of your mind, what if this don't work out the way I want it to?
No, yeah, for sure. That was very, very, very scary. As I was transitioning out into my full entrepreneurship role, coming from my 9 to 5, yeah, it was scary. Like it was like, what do I do? Because like I said earlier, I didn't come from people that owned businesses.
Yeah,
like none of that.
Right.
And it was like, you know what? I was very strong minded about me not wanting to work for nobody.
Okay. And you was like that since when?
So I've been in business probably since like 2014. So almost 10 years. About 10 years now.
Okay.
So it's been about 10 years, but I didn't take that step until. So actually, you know what? I took that step like 3 years ago, and I was full time for a year, and I had to learn the hard way.
Full time working or full time in your business?
Full time entrepreneur.
Okay.
I was full time for a year. I took that step. It was either 3.5 years or 3 years ago. I was full time. It was right before I came to Children's Hospital.
Okay.
And I started in January. Business was good. It was Christmas around that time. Well, Christmas had passed, but it was the holiday around that time. Okay. You know, Valentine's Day came up. We had family pictures. You know, women wanted to do photos, and March came up. You know, we still rolling. And I say, you know, November, October came, and I didn't know too much about how to handle finances when it came to being an entrepreneur. Because I was making so much money. I'm like, all right, let me go buy a car. Let me go buy a camera. Let me go buy this. I'm trying to live in a nice place. And it was all good. All good. I'm like, oh, like, this is a nice life right here. I like this.
Going out to eat,
going out to eat, steaks, all that, you know. Taking this girl out, that girl. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I was balling. Like, I was making probably like $6,000 or $7,000 a month.
Okay.
And at that time, it started to get more. And I was like 10K a month, 11K a month, 12K a month, because everybody was just finding out about me. And like I said, I didn't really understand how to manage the money when it came to being an entrepreneur, because when you work a 9 to 5, it's every 2 weeks, it's every month, it's every week.
The money gonna come in.
It's always gonna come, no matter what. Whether you call off a day, you may miss a day, you might miss a couple $100 on a paycheck.
As long as you got PTO, that's gonna cover it, you know.
But with being an entrepreneur,
that's not right.
You ain't got
none
of that.
You're not there. The money's gone.
It's gone. So here come November, and I had 0 clients.
Yeah, that's what happened to me.
I'm like, what? Yeah. Like, I'm over here. Let me run a deal real quick. Hold on. Let me put a little $100 special or whatever it is, and nobody booking.
Right.
Nobody booking, and that next thing you know, next thing you know, it come December.
Yeah.
Still nobody booking. So. And I'm going to be honest, like, I started to fall behind on bills. I started to, miss payments. car was at risk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, bro, what is going on? Like, it was scary
Yeah.
for it was scary. It was scary for a little bit, but I'm like, all right, let me find me a job,
Find a
man.
job. Yeah.
Updated the resume, you know. I'm like, you know what? Let me just go somewhere to where there's very, very low risk of me getting laid off if I find a job. So
Mm-hmm.
I came to the hospital.
Okay. Yeah.
Because, at the hospital, it ain't gonna never close.
Right.
It's over.
Never.
I mean,
Never close.
unless something dramatic happen,
It's been dramatic happen. The
it's
hospital was
gonna
still
still
open.
open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The hospital's still
So
open.
I'm like, let me find something to get some consistent money
Mm-hmm.
going. So I just reevaluated.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I gotta do something because I don't like getting up in the morning. I like getting up when I want to get
Yeah.
up. I want to do what I want to do. I don't, people, why you late? Why you doing this? Why you doing that? Your numbers ain't good. You this.
Don't
Nah,
want that. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
over. Like, and
Yeah.
at that time, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stick this out and I'm gonna get me together.
Yeah.
I got me together, got my business together, start creating business plans, start buying the equipment that I needed, start finding my niche. I started doing things that I really needed to do to deep down, like, make sure I had clients. Before I left, I made sure that I had, multiple retainer clients to where I was
Right.
working
Mm-hmm.
and I was getting consistent money. I started saving up money so that way if I knew my business was gonna go down, I at least had 6 months.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you learn.
That's
Out of all that, that's what you learn, that
yeah.
I need saving money just in case these clients don't show up like I think they're going to. I have this money to still maintain my bills and my livelihood.
Mhm.
So yeah, that for me. That's the scariest part for me. And that's why I've been working full time and working my business for 4 years, because I know my downtown is the winter as well. You know what I mean? So I know I get less clients in October, November, December. You feel me? So I need to learn how to just budget as well for those months, instead of saying, well, I got a job.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what's keeping me what's the word, comfortable.
That is a scary word too.
Yeah.
Being comfortable is never really good.
I know.
Like, if you're uncomfortable, then you're in the right place.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people say that is because once you get comfortable, you're good. You're not, but in my mind, you're not really thriving. You're not really motivated to get more.
Right.
You just relax.
You're comfortable.
You're good.
Like, I'm okay. If they don't come, my bills still gonna get paid. Kids still gonna
Perfect.
eat. You know what I mean?
And
I
that's
can
it.
still live life because I still have me a full-time job. And me noticing that 4 years down the road, like, sometimes I think like I can be so much further if I would have started 4 years ago, but I have to start now. I can't think about the past. The thing is to start now, because what I look at now is what they pay me hourly compared to what my business pays me hourly, and it's a big difference.
Oh no, for sure.
Oh, it's a big difference.
For sure.
You see what I'm saying? And it angers me from sometimes, like, because you're giving your energy to this company who's not really looking at your worth. You see what I'm saying? When you have your own business, you know your worth. So you're pricing everything off of your worth and all the tools you gain to learn the knowledge to provide the service for these people. So I'm looking at that like, dang, I show my work with these clients and they pay me for my work, but then I go to this 9 to 5 and they pay me little, but they take the most of my energy. You see what I'm saying? And if most people looked at life like that, I think everybody would want to be an entrepreneur for themselves.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean? But I can't feel bad for these people because they could have been raised just like me, not seeing no entrepreneurs, not knowing where to start or knowing they can even be one. Because why would you want to be something that you haven't seen, around you?
Yeah.
You would think, oh, I can't do that. You know what I mean? All I seen is workers. I can't be a boss. Ain't no boss that's ever been around me. I'm gonna be one. So I actually want to show people around me and people who don't know me, like, you can do it. Like, it's in you to do it. You got to bring it out of you. It's in you to do it. You just got to be around those type of people. Start putting yourself in rooms where those people are in and just watch. Be a student. Some people don't know how to be students all the time. They want to feel like they know everything. Me, I love being a student because that's how I learn more. I don't want to operate out my ego. And this world today, I see so many men and women, it's all about ego. And I'm like, wow, like nobody's a student no more. Like everybody know everything, everybody bosses, but you have to be a student to be a boss. You
You
feel
gotta
me?
be. You gotta be. And a lot of people don't understand that. And also a lot of people don't understand that knowledge is powerful.
Yeah.
Knowledge is because you gotta think, right?
Hmm.
Nowadays, and this is what I'm about to transition into, is start doing marketing courses.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because you gotta think.
Yeah, that's what you need.
So you gotta think, right? You know,
Hmm.
it's so many people out here on the internet or on a phone nowadays, and they see let's just say if they're a lash tech or if
Hmm.
they a photographer, and they see an ad, hey, I'll teach you this for so and so. All you gotta do is watch this video, but it costs you $100. That video is out there forever. Let's just say you make $100 today, and a year later, that video is still there, but you're still making $100.
Right.
Let's just say 10 people buy that video today. I made $1,000 in my sleep.
We right there.
Nothing. It literally takes nothing.
Yeah.
And digital marketing is so powerful. It can make you so much money. But the thing that comes behind that is knowledge. You gotta have the knowledge to teach it. And that's what people don't understand. It's just like you said, being a student is always key.
Hmm.
Stay humble.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, like there's always more to learn.
Yeah.
I'm great at what I do, and I don't feel like that I know everything.
Right.
And there's always so much more to learn.
Yes.
And the thing is like some people don't understand that, like growth. Like it's take time to grow. That experience is gonna help you grow.
Yeah.
And honestly, when you are an entrepreneur, you still working for somebody, but you are able to name your price and what you are worth.
Yes.
If you tell somebody it's gonna cost $1,000 for 8 hours,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
and your job tell you I'm only paying you $20 an hour.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
for 8.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
what you
Yeah.
mean you want to pay me? That's only
But
only
people do
$160.
and it's so normal for us to do that. Oh, $20, that's good. Like we think that's good money because that's how we was raised. Like, good. No, that's not good money. $20 an hour is not good money. $30 is not good money. An hour. You have to think of it as your energy. Like, this is my energy. Like, this is taken away from things I could be doing in life. You see what I'm saying? So I would want to make the most I could make because it's taking away time from my kids. You see what I mean? My motherhood. You know what I mean? It's taking time away by making this $20-$30 an hour, and I could be getting more money to take my kids on trips, to spend more time with my kids. I can go from working from 5 days a week to working only 2 to 3 because I'm making enough money to do that. You know what I mean? So I think about all that, and that's what made me say, you know what? It's time. It's time. Even though my kids are older now, it's still time. Like, it's still time I can be putting into my kids. They still young, but
No, yeah.
you know, it's still time to put in more into me, more
It's
into
never too late.
you know, it's just time.
It's
And I learned from
never
you.
too late. I
You
mean,
and the other entrepreneurs, my niece and nephews, like, oh my goodness, like y'all making some big money out here with less time.
less time, but it's time you can't get back, yo. And so that's why I say, like, don't be afraid to push yourself to go to the next step. Like, the hardest part is you talk about it all day long, but the hardest part is to actually do it. The hardest part is to actually. A lot of people say, I don't want to live in Cincinnati. I don't want to live in Atlanta. I don't want to live in Texas. Okay, so where do you want to go? Oh, I want to go to LA. Okay, well,
This wine right here off
not-
topic.
it-
It's good, but it keep making me burp, and I
Oh,
like
yeah.
it. I'm like, I like the wine, but I don't be burping when I'm drinking this wine. Make me burp.
it's Stella. Though. It's Stella. No, it's Stella. It's Stella. That
But now
wine
I like
is
Stella,
cool.
but then
Yeah,
it's
no,
this
but
one.
this
I don't know. I don't know about Stella. I don't know about Stella.
I just think that once you really tune into yourself and tune
Mm-hmm.
into your, energy of what you, and also what you feel like you worth, like it's you gonna
That's
thrive.
a whole nother subject.
You gonna thrive
Your
to
worth.
your worth. It's huge, especially when it comes to how you want to live.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to live nice, you got to go get it, because I feel like there is always going to be a cap when you working for the man.
It is
It's always going to be a cap.
always.
There is little, if not, if you're working for a Fortune 500 company, you may top out at 130, 140, and that's
Yeah.
six figures, with a little bit over six figures at this point. Like now at this point, you got a a option to take your next step into being an entrepreneur, and you can charge a client 2,000 a month. You can charge a client 1,000 a month, right? And you got, let's just say that you do 3 clients a week. So I mean, at this point, that's so many clients. You making $7,000 to $8,000 a month.
So once again, this is what I'm saying. So this course you're gonna be teaching, you gonna explain, are you gonna explain that, or that's not marketing? Because the reason why I asked that, we having this conversation, and I talked about how I was raised up. I didn't see any entrepreneurs around me. You didn't see any entrepreneurs around you. So you kind of got started when you was in your mid 20s, right? So I'm saying this: why they don't teach this in school?
Oh, I don't know. That is a very, very, very good question. I've never really been into finances, even when I was growing up, or even into school. Like I started working when I was 15 and a half at Kroger's in Finneytown. And I was making money. I really wasn't saving it. I really wasn't doing nothing. I was just trying to figure out, what the next move was for me, so I can buy a car. Maybe I can play some sports. I can buy some cleats or something for myself. Like
normal teenage stuff.
Yeah, normal. And I'm just like, that's not really gonna get you where you want to be. So I had to go through a few life changes though. Some hard life changes where I learned from them.
In your teens or 20s?
20s.
Okay.
I learned from moving out, and it was really wrapped around all finance type of stuff. Where I didn't know how to budget. I didn't know how to save. I didn't know how to prepare for plan B or plan C. I didn't know, and it took a toll on me, because it was like, these are things that you probably should have learned when you were younger.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm not saying all households are like this. And I'm not saying that, there are things that moms and dads or aunts and uncles or cousins don't teach other people. I just feel like there always may be some type of stress or some type of, I gotta grind this hard to get my kids where they need to be, and they don't have the time to sit them down and talk to them like they really need to be talked to.
That's what I've been saying with my own self.
Yeah. So,
hopefully they see, you know what I mean? I do have time that I explain. Like today, I took my daughter to breakfast. Like before I do anything, she first. So I'm gonna take her to breakfast, see what's on her mind, because you so busy trying to be an entrepreneur and make sure you can pay the bills and they can have the shoes and clothes they want to make them feel good. But do you know what's on their mind? Do you know what's going on in school with them? Is somebody bullying them, or do they feel less about themselves? Do they have confidence? Parents are not, they missing that, because you're so busy trying to make sure everything is taken care of. And what we missing, well, me, not you, as a parent, is they mental state. So that's kind of messing up that's when you hear about these bad kids, these killings and all this. And you can sometimes say that, well, they had a good parent, she did this and that. Was the parent was taking care of them for as what they look like, their clothes and shoes and making sure their haircut. But mentally, they never found out what was on this kid's mind, what was really going on with this kid. So they still growing up feeling away, you know what I mean? Feeling like they missed, or being mad at their parent because they wasn't there. And all the parent can say is, well, I made sure you had the best shoes and clothes in school. That's not enough. This is a human being. You feel me? Like, this is material. Are you raising, what are you putting into your kid? What are you putting into? Not on them. And that's what we miss at. And so I'm trying to make sure, not only am I providing for my kids, but I also got to be there for them mentally, emotionally. I have to be there. So then it'd be like, okay, I'm there for my kids on that end. Then I have to be there for myself. Then I have to be there for my clients. Then I have to be there for my job. You see what I'm saying? This is day-to-day life. Like, how do you do it?
Literally, everybody that has been on this podcast has always said being an entrepreneur is hard.
Oh, my goodness. is. It's like,
It's hard.
who
And I
breathes?
think some people, like society nowadays, you see it on social media. It's like you gotta be this person. You gotta live this type of way. You gotta do this. You gotta do that.
Yes.
And,
How?
and yeah,
How do you do it? Do you have a
so
nanny or maid? Like, who
something.
cooking? Who's doing everything? Because I can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't be everything.
You can't be. You can't be. And it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
That's
And I
once again, I'm proud of y'all. Y'all don't have kids yet. You can really go hard and be like, this is what I want, and I'm gonna go for it. That's gonna come later. And then when you do have kids, you don't have to work that hard. The money already stacked and built. You can be relaxed and you can put so much more into your kid. You know what I mean? So that's why it's a good thing to do it now while you're young.
yeah.
Become an entrepreneur while you're young. So about time you 28, 29, you chilling, money filled up, and you can focus on that child. You can start a family, right? Now I see that. First, I used to be like, oh, they old. Why they starting old? They have kids. That's not old, though. You know what I mean?
Not.
30
not.
is not old. That's
It's
really
not.
young. But it was
Yeah.
implanted in my head when I was younger that 30 was old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't want to have a kid at 30 because that's too old. I want to be
Yeah.
young and, able to move and groom my kids. So I did
Yeah.
that. But look where I'm at now. I'm still trying to reach a bar, and I have these kids who I have to still, you know what I mean?
Right.
Instill things in them. So it's a lot when it comes to entrepreneur and life, you know what I mean? That I feel like school should have taught us.
Yeah.
School should have taught us.
It's
And they dropped the ball.
they no they did. They did. But then again, it's really about, even if they became entrepreneur at a younger age, it's also about guidance. If you don't, just like, I mean, me, I learned off of literally YouTube. YouTube University. Nobody taught me this. I literally learned day by day, and as somebody would ask me, "Hey, can you do this?" Guess what I did? Went on the computer.
YouTube.
You went YouTube. I researched it. I knew I had the equipment to do it. I'm like, but how do I do it?
How do I do it?
So now at this point, all right, I'm finding that guidance. But now that's the reason why I started the podcast. It was like all this knowledge that I got for people that are not able to understand it or take it in. Like I was able to take it in because I'm literally a person that has to see it or feel it or do it.
That's me.
And I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, it's like,
Yeah.
I've gained all this knowledge over the years. I just want to give it out. And at this point,
That's good.
just really give it out. So like starting this, it's like it has become like, it's almost like a stress reliever.
That's what I'm talking about. I like it.
To where you can just talk about things and be yourself,
Yeah.
and people can tune in. Like it's really a stress reliever because it's like nobody really understand how hard it is to be an entrepreneur and also still trying to get it and still have time for you and still work a 9 to 5
Yeah.
and still take care of your kids.
Yeah.
And still be able to be mentally and physically and emotionally mature.
Yeah.
Oh my God, like
I know.
it's crazy. So
He's talking about me. But no, I get that. Yeah, you right
So-
about that. So, like I said, you really have to. I would tell people that maybe in my shoes or thinking about being an entrepreneur that don't be scared. Step into it. Step into it. Step into it scared. And once you get into it and you feel like the water is getting too high and it's at your neck, and if it gets to your mouth, hey, you start to get nervous. Start meditating, talking to God. He gonna be guided. I am guided in everything that I do. And if I feel like I'm doing it for me, I have to just take like mental. I have to say, is this for me or this is God saying this is for you? You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of times that I want to do things because it's like, oh, I want to do it. It's exciting to me, but it may not be for me. You see what I'm saying? Some people want to just have so much under their belt. You know what I mean? And that was me at first. Like, oh, I want to learn this, put this with my business. I want to put this with my business. I want to put this with. No, find your niche. Find what makes you be like, oh my God, I love doing this. I love what I do with lymphatic massage. I love to make people feel better when they leave me and they tell me, oh, I feel so much better than when I came.
yeah.
That's what makes me want to come in every day and do it. That's what makes me want to go hard because I know I'm showing results. I know I'm making people feel better. Now, some of the other services, like, yoni steam and all that, even
Mm,
though it's great, it make people feel good for the moment, but it's not really, what's the word I'm trying to use? It's good. I like that they feel good at the moment, but it's
mm,
like something that is not really needed. You know what I mean? I want to
mm.
do something that's really beneficial, almost life changing. Like if they
Yeah.
don't get this type of massage from me, their body is not gonna
Right.
turn out like it should. They don't
Right.
invest so much money into their body. I have to do my best work. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Besides all the other services, it's
Right.
like I don't have to really. It's not
Yeah.
really hands
Right.
on, should
Right.
I say? So that's my thing, and that's why I'm sticking to it, and I want to promote more of the lymphatic massage because what I do for people.
Mm.
So it's not the money is good, but it's not all about the money.
It's not.
It's about me, how I
Yeah.
feel, how I make people feel. That what's make me want to do it more and put myself out there and people to know me. Because if you don't know me, you missing out. You feel me? I feel
Y'all
that.
heard it. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it.
Yeah.
So today was a very interesting episode. I love everything she said. Y'all need to tune in more. Make sure y'all follow Tori.
Yes.
What's your what's your
Catch These Hands Men and Body Spa. My Instagram is also Catch These Hands Spa. Um, my email is Catch These Hands Spa. No, www.catchthesehands Spa. Damn.
it's okay. They
I got so many different ones. I don't know which
they know
one.
your Instagram.
Yeah, go to
So
my Instagram,
that's it.
Facebook is Catch These Hands Med and Body Spa.
Perfect, perfect. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate everything y'all do for us. If y'all got any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. And again, we appreciate y'all tuning in. We out.
All right.
Peace.